This is a video on insanity, and insanity is a well-known scratch mode made by the wiki admin jvvg. Insanity is kind of unique and well developed due to its containing some things like making your own dictionary or making your own block as itself. But this is not similar to build your own blocks in any way, because it's more similar to coding your own blocks. But I cannot say anything about it, but it's of course using a different engine, but it's kind of same. And also it has several other developments, especially towards mode share and all those things. Anyways, let's just look into the change from the top to bottom now. So you can see there's an upload to mode share thing over here, but this thing is not going to be working because the website URL may be changed since 2013, because this was last updated in 2013, or maybe I think so it's 2014, I think so, I don't know. Anyways, and it's a kind of similar case for uploading or browsing mode share. If you click over here, it's not going to work. You can see it's not working because it cannot connect to the server. But you can check the credits over here about some things. This makes things easier like that and all. And you can see also credits of some peoples over here, like I don't know, LS97 is a big inspiration or something. Maybe I don't remember seeing his name. Maybe I should have given credits to him. You can see some are from Bingo and Slash. Anyway, it's very cool. And let me give no. So now then we can see in the settings menu, we can enable motor blocks if you want, which is kind of same, or you can just set up your settings. I mean stepping, however you want. It's moved from the it's moved to a different menu. And of course mesh is kind of common with mods. You get the mesh features to connect to Windows. I didn't explain it, I think so, in several other videos. And dev, this is for especially for developers. In case you want to take some code and make your own mod for 1.4, I know it's too late, but whatever. If you have any reason to check this, you can do it. I don't know why did they put the password, but the password is nothing other than, I'll just put the password over here so that you could see. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, I will put it here. I mean, not a capital one. That is the password. I'm just repeating it again. Nebula is the password. And then you can access some things like this for dev mode and several other things like that. Yeah, even this get developer password, but it's not going to be working. I just shift clicked it for the additional features. If you're normally clicking, it will not come. Anyways, Nebula is the password. As you know it, also this blog is kind of customizable or something, whatever it is. Anyways, it's cool. And so that's all of the changes in the menu bar. Oh yeah, there's one more change, which are there's a 2 presentation mode. I know this thing is known, but this is the full screen presentation mode, and this one is the uploaded to the website kind of presentation mode, or you can say, like, I don't know how to say it, just like that only. When you upload to a website, you can just interact with it in this screen size as well. That's what it's doing. So there's no other changes mostly in the interface other than the block palette. So let's get to the block palette now. But you can also skip what I'm talking now if you like to, and move to the part where I'm talking about this. Maybe I will leave a part in a description or put a timestamp, I don't know. If you want, you can check it, it's your own wish. Anyway, I'm just starting from the beginning. You can see there are blocks to move forward and to move backward. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, you can put a negative number towards the move thing and do it. But anyway, it's good because kids don't know negative numbers, I think so. Anyway, but that doesn't make any sense because negative numbers are still here. Anyways, let's just get back and check out this thing. Arrow key move the speed. This thing you need to put it in a forward loop, I think so. Or do you really need to put that? You can see that it will not work because you need a forward loop for this to work. So you can see it's moving with the speed 10. Actually, it's kind of so fast that I cannot see with my eyes, I think so. But it's kind of smoother as well. Smoother than the, I don't know. Maybe the script is running much more faster due to it's running in the squeak code rather than the blocks that we put. Whatever is the reason, anyway, just put it inside. Or maybe the speed is speed itself. Okay, that's how we use the arrow keys easily. Of course it has workarounds, but we're just adding block for a sake. And there's even a turnaround for the opposite direction. You can turn random 15 degree. This would I don't know, turn by random by 50 degree, but I don't know which direction to turn. Just for a random, just for turning in random. If you needed to do it, then you can point in a particular direction which is already there. And I don't know if point towards was there because I don't remember properly now after seeing all these mods. Yeah, I think so, point towards was already there. Anyways, let me just pause my video for a while because I'm getting sorry, I just paused and I'm just playing it again. Okay, we are just back to this video now, and I think we stopped over here. Okay, this thing we have checked out. This would do it only in the horizontal edge, means only for the horizontal edge, means only these two edges, and this is for the vertical edge, which means top and the bottom. Means imagine you're just keeping it like that, and imagine you're okay, let's just move forward. Let's see how it works. So let me just keep vertical wedge rather. Okay, this is something. Okay, let's just do it like that, but I don't know how it will work. Okay, anyway, it's kind of buggy, but I'm kind of okay with it. I don't know how it certainly works because this is the block that is very confusing about forward and backward. Anyway, it's kind of good, and you can set our rotation style to what you want. This thing is also kind of common now, which I've seen it very common. I don't know what is the reason. Maybe it's cool. I think this one is added to scratch now, I think so. I don't remember because I don't use this block that much. Yeah, it's added. You can see we can change the rotation style to left and right. So if you try to rotate now, it will not rotate even though the angle is changing, but it will only rotate towards the left and right and the angle is changing. Now we can see it's below 0, so if it's above the 180, it will again come back to the normal stage. Anyway, let me just get back to 90. Just continue this video. We can move other objects towards the 10 mouse pointer. Of course you cannot move your mouse pointer, which would be kind of funny, but of course it will mess up with the system, with the computer I mean. But you can move other sprites. Means imagine, let me just draw something on this cat so that you can identify that this is the second cat. Also you can see that this window has been slightly changed, I think so, these kind of windows, and it has a .inc, I mean .ins is its save file. You can see the sprite 2 is moving, means that the sprite is moving. You can influence other blocks as well, I mean the other sprites as well. And then this is a kind of cool block as well, where you can put in conditions, and if it's true it will execute this anytime, anytime, not only when the flag is clicked. That's what's special about it. Means let's just put some simple script like that. Actually this is not a big thing because this thing exists already, but it acts kind of like that only. But I'm not going to use this now because I don't think so I'm going to use it that much. Anyways, maybe we could see in the future if you're going to use this. Also you can see the repeat 10 has been changed to 10 times rather than being just 10. And there is also an while block which will do while this condition is true. Means this would repeat until this, means this would repeat while the condition is true, and this would repeat until the condition becomes false. That is the difference between this, almost like the opposite poles or something. And this one is kind of weird, but we can create a simple loop with this without using the C-shaped blocks. You can create a simple loop with this. Loop means like, okay, I'm moving forward. You can see we're going to create some loop. You can see it created a loop because When this is pressed, again it will move 10 steps. Again it will stop and press the flag, so it will create a loop like that. That's how this loop is created. Or it's more like the basics, programming language called basic is there, where there's a particular loop. It's not a loop, but it's more like goto. I think goto, which would make to go to a particular part of the script. That's how it causes a repeat. More like a loop, but not a loop. Or you can say infinite loop. And you can see the costume number. I don't know if it was there already. And you can go to the previous costume if you had one. You can flip horizontally or vertically. I don't know, I saw this in the last mode as well. You can paint a new costume using this block over here. I don't know why it's always going sticking towards here rather than over here. That's also something unique, I think so. Anyway, you can just paint something like that. I don't know what I'm just scribbling there. Go to the previous costume or the next costume. And you can also delete the particular costume you want. Means I don't like the 2 which I drawed. So now you can see it's deleted. And then you can also, this is even a report of a size and a report of whether it's visible or not. So if it's hiding, it will report false. If you're showing, it will report true. And over here in sensing category, that's one new block called color, which will report a RGB value of a particular color. Actually in decimal I think so, rather than using percentage or like 256 value. I don't know what is it reporting. Okay, it's reporting decimal, but let's choose something like black color or something. Okay, we choose black here. Okay, this is still slightly moved towards the blue thing, and I don't know if this is pure white. Okay, this is reporting white. It just reports a particular color you want. I think so. You can put RGB values into it, but in the decimal form. I think you have to divide that, means like a 256 is divided by 256 and then converted to decimal or something. Anyways, let's just continue. I think so. Sound has no changes. So let's get the operator. In operator, you can see that this has been made into a drop down menu to choose these things. Over here means the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. This is the root of or something. Yeah, root of and square. And even there's a E, which I forgot what is the use of it. This will generate a random boolean, means it will report true or false randomly. That's what is the use of this. And then boolean form of true is tick. I don't know why it's showing tick, but if you put it into a variable, it will of course report something else. It will report true, that's what it's coming to say. Or will it report that tick thing? Okay, it is reporting true. If you put yes, we can see it's tick. If you see yeah, I don't know if yeah is gonna work. Tick. If I put this y, then also tick. Put no. I don't know why is this giving no. Okay, let me just put false at least. Will that work? Okay, anyway, I don't understand anything about this. Okay, just reporting something I don't understand. Maybe you'll see later. Then you can join these much things. I think so. It was supposed to be like adding more and more. You can add more and more holes, but of course this is not having what I expected. You can only have that 4 maximum thing. This would report true, this would report false. Yeah, string form of foo. Okay, what is this? Yeah, string form of 1. Okay, this is just changing the value, I think so. It's more like data types within Scratch. That's what it's meaning, I think so. And every single string is of course positive, I think so. So it will report true. I don't understand what about that. Then you can join these letters, but there are more boxes to input. And there are these if things, which I think so I should again explain more faster, I think so. So let me just put this into save block immediately and check this thing. Just set my variable to 0, and if the variable is 0 equal to 0, where is that equal to? Yeah, you can see it's much more lighter as well, the variable color. If my variable is equal to 0, then do particular thing like it is 0, it is not, It's more like a simplified form of the if else condition. If you're if else condition and putting this over here and putting this over here, like it is 0, and then putting it's the same as this only. That script and this script is still the same. There's no difference between that and this. This script is same as this thing only. If you put this over here as well, it's same, but this simplified version, that's it. But you have to put it into the C block there. And this thing is like this block is more like if, like that. This is more like putting if into the if and checking if something is true or not. First you put a condition over here, then it will start checking this condition. Let this be like, if this condition is true, it will say true. If it's false, it will say it false over here. True, false, that's how it works, but it's a little more complicated than this. Anyway, I'm not explaining too much. You can just check it out yourself, because this one is kind of complicated because I don't use it that much. You can reverse or shuffle a particular thing, like if you're like writing hello world like that, and you can reverse it, or you can just shuffle it. You can see how it's shuffled, or you can lowercase it, or you can even uppercase it. That's what is, it's more like string operators, but they're still in the operator thing only. Anyways, you can split characters as well. Split character into A. Let me just make a list. I think it's supposed to input a list. Yeah, it's my list. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to be putting alphabets into this thing. A, comma B, comma C, comma D, comma E, comma F, comma G. I think that much is enough. And here you should put the character comma there. You can see it's separated and stored into a list. That's how it works. But it could be any character you want, whether it's slash or even and also can be used. And this thing is for like multi-line input or something. I don't know what it is totally meant for. Actually, this block is getting so broken, I think so, when you're inputting lots of things here. This is appearing kind of funny, but I don't know what's going on inside. Anyway, it looks kind of good, but just because you can change the size, it looks kind of very ugly. Anyway, let's get to the pen. In pen we can see no changes. I don't know if I can see any changes. I think so, no. Variable, this shade has been made lighter. Also, you can move a variable to a particular position you want, and you can show or hide, which is already there, and set your style of your variable to whatever you want, large, and you can even choose what variable you want to do it for, which is very cool. You can set a slider range. You can change the slider range of it as well. First of all, I just change it to the style to the slider range, and you can see you can change from the 0 to 100, but let's change it to 0 to 10. Now if you scroll down, you can scroll this thing, you can see it's from 0 to 10, and you can even set your variable to a color, to a particular color that you want. Means it can be any color you want, or if you want white, it could be white, but the text would not change. If you want this color, you can take any color you want. That's why it's cool. Your variable can be changed to any color. And then in my list, you can see you can show and hide list. You can even report item 1 to 3 of your list. Means you can see ABC is there in the list. It's reporting all that, but it's not separating all this with the commas or something. Mean of A, you can see check the mean of my list, but there's no numbers inside of it. That's why you cannot check the mean and all those things. You can check the mean and median. I think it's using some n by 2 or by L, like that formula, something like that. And you can check minimum, maximum, and all those things. You can sort my list by numerical values if you have something inside of it only, but let's just assume we need to clean everything up. Just randomly put some numbers into it. 3, 4, 60 and 50 and 12 and 19. Let me just make a list like that and just slightly expand it so that we could see more stuffs at load time. Yeah, you can just sort by numerical value. You can see it's particularly arranged from, I mean, in the ascending order, I think so. And then come on, this is the part where you're going to discuss about blocks, make your own blocks, or I can say like, yeah, I'll call this make your own blocks because it's not build your own blocks. It's not same as that. You can create only for all sprites or this sprite, which is kind of unique, I think so. I don't remember if it has, I don't remember if CYOB has that. Maybe it's only for all sprites. Anyway, let me make a block called, I don't know, more. I'll be like, let's delete the block move. Oh sorry, not making a list. This has the scroll bar so long. Let me just delete these variables and delete the list, and let's just make a block like so. In case you're gonna insert a block of sprite, let's go to the motion and be like, move this much steps, but you can't customize your block, I think so, for any other shape. Then let me just create like that. So you can of course delete things, I think so, and you can even choose your own color, which is very amazing for your block. This moving self cell as forward. I think it's more like code your own blocks. Yeah, that's what it means. Okay, if you're not creating the block properly, it will cause some errors because this is like more like coding your own block. That's what I meant. So in case if you want to learn about dictionaries, it's more like keys and these things. It's more like an, I don't know, how can I say it? Should I open an Excel sheet? I don't know. I don't want to do it, but maybe you will understand while I'm doing this. So let's just make a dictionary with something name. Dictionary is more like a page for us. So let me just put my dictionary name as my D. My D makes more sense. Okay, so we can make a dictionary like that, my D. So once you do that, let's just set our my D of the dictionary. So the item, let me just give a key called, I don't know, animal of the dictionary my D, and set it to the cat, which is just of course animal. Then you can also get the key of the dictionary my D if you need them. Okay, just taking some time to store these things, I think so. First of all, does this dictionary even exist? Don't know why I didn't made any dictionary there. I don't know why I can't get these things. I think it takes some time to load. That's the reason. Or I can just say dictionary is more like a Excel sheet, or like a columns and all with a title. The title is going to be the key, and below that is going to be the value. That's what it means. I don't know if you can understand it because I cannot demonstrate this. I think it has some kind of small bug or something, because before I tested it out it worked perfectly. Let me just create some other dictionary called, I'll just call it, okay, page. That makes sense. Okay, let me just run it while doing something so that it will work more precisely. Okay, we made a dictionary called page. So let me just set the item animal of dictionary page to cat, which I think so worked. And you can get the keys of it. Keys means the more like a title or something. So dictionary page, you can get this is animals, means animal is the key, or you can even get the item itself. So the dictionary is page, and you have to enter the key over here, which is animal. This would report the cat value because this takes it from here and puts it over here. This is a reporter for this thing if you have the name of the key and this thing. But in case you are having only the page name, you will get all the keys. That's what you can do with this. It's kind of weird, but I don't know if you understand it, but anyways, I hope I don't complicate your mind or something. Anyways, let's just get going. And then there are reading local files. You can read any files inside of your folder or something. Let me just read insanity.conf. I think it's just a default file. Okay, it's not working. I think it's config, I think so. I don't know how you read that thing. Okay, it's a spelling mistake there. Anyway, I think it can only read text files, so let me just create some text file using my notepad. I don't know why most of these modes have some kind of text file things. Anyway, not only I could read files, I think so, I can write files, that's why. So let me just write the file using the same mod itself. I don't know if it creates a it creates food.txt over here. Actually, some mods have some bug in these things. You can read the food.txt or you can overwrite it using the same thing. First you have to write it. So you can use the green flag to do it. It can be very useful in save files and all those stuffs. But I wonder how it works in websites because I didn't test out yet. Websites like ModeShare and all. Okay, you can read this text is deleted, that's what is it. You can read remote files from the particular website, but I don't know if it will lag or something. Yeah, of course it got stuck as I thought how it would do it. Anyway, I don't know, CPU usage maybe above or something. Anyways, I feel like I want to close this thing because it's running kind of strange. I'm going to be ending the process tree of insanity. But did it end it actually? Yeah. Let me just reopen insanity so that I won't get any problem. I don't face any problem there. So let me just not read from the remote file. You can read line 1 of it. Hello, this is a text. Let me not read the remote file. This text is, you can read this text is deleted. That's what the line 2 and line 1. You can read the particular line you want. Use a home path. I don't know why is it reporting. Okay, this is the home path of it. So detect the computer's home path. And I don't know if it will work on Mac and all. Maybe they'll change the code for Mac or something. You can check if it's using insanity or not. This kind of good. I think this kind of blocks are still there in modern time for turbo up. And it's even an IP address thing. I don't know it detects IP address, but yeah. You can join mesh or host mesh or leave mesh and do many more things. Anyways, there's even a presentation mode detector as well. Of course, it will say let's get my var again and set my var to the presentation mode and put it in the for loop. And this will check if you're in presentation mode or not. Of course, as I said, these are the two presentation mode. Of course, it's reporting true when in the both presentation mode because they are presentation mode, and you cannot drag around objects. As you can see here, you cannot drag around objects. But while not in there, you can drag around here. And other than that, there's even cloud variables. I don't know how it works, but maybe in the ModeShare website it will work more appropriately. Or I don't know about I don't know much about it. You can just info a dialogue like that. You can see it's giving a dialogue like you won a lottery like that. In confirm, are you sure? This will give a yes or no version. Okay, this is creating a infinite loop. Okay, you can ask what's your name. A dialogue. Let me just put. It's kind of long. Okay, this keeping on asking the same thing again and again because I'm just clicking on it rather than. Actually, this could be stored in variables, you know. Okay, I'll not put this in a for loop because this would cause a big issue. Let's put my nickname there. We got but drive over there. You can even ask with different buttons as well. What's your favorite type of weather? I think hurricane. Okay, that makes sense. And these are the inputs, but I don't know why you can't increase the input more than 3. Anyway, it's cool. Last file was not cancelled. I don't know what is this. You can check the time, hour, minute and seconds. You can open a particular website, but I don't want to do it. You can import projects, means we should join 2 projects together. That's the meaning of import projects. I think I've seen this here. Okay, this is the new feature which I forgot to say about the files. You can set your cursor to whatever mode you want, like crosshair. You can see now it's in crosshair like in paint editor, or the hand mode. You can see actually, yeah, you can see question mark, or even different things like menus and all those things, but I want normal thing, so I just got my normal menu there. Even the turbo mode on and off, you can do this using this thing, but I'm not going to be differentiating between them. I hope that you know the meaning of turbo mode. If you don't know, I don't know. You can just shift click on the green flag in modern times, but in olden time you have to change single stepping. It could be useful for pen and other kind of stuffs to run much more faster in laggy environments. If you're having something like raycasting or something, it would be very useful. And so as we check this whole mode out, that's all about the features. But of course, yeah, don't go away. There's even one more thing to check finally, which is the insanity to exe thing, executable. Okay, let's just open a sample project and see for this, for the fun purpose of being here. Let me just open this thing. Color pickle doodle. We get a color picker from here. You can see how some of these blocks are used, but I think so no unique blocks over here are used or something. Anyway, it looks cool, and all I can say about this, that's all about this mod. But now we can check the insanity to executable. It's over here. You can just choose a insanity file and just convert it into an executable if you want.